Hi, this is Angie Monco with Harmony Harbor Coaching, and welcome to the May newsletter. We send it out on the last day of the month, and this is called Becoming a Worthy Advocate newsletter. And I'm going to launch off a series of videos, and I have avoided these and resisted these, and I realized from coaches that I just need to be doing videos. So here goes. I first want to just explain to you what I mean when I say a worthy advocate for yourself. A worthy advocate is somebody who is ready to give up the people-pleasing game. And they're ready to give this up because whenever we get into that game of people-pleasing, we tend to betray ourselves and sacrifice our own happiness. We think we're making others happy, but we're really not. So it's a lose-lose for both parties when we people-please out of fear. So a worthy advocate feels safe enough to take risks in their life, calculated risks. They feel safe and supported in the universe. A worthy advocate would trust themselves enough and trust others enough in order to give up the anger and the defense and the, what's a good word for it? The blame game, the need to be right. The worthy advocate also expresses and unleashes their creativity through their passion, their purpose, and connection with others. So that's just a sort of a broad definition of what I mean by a worthy advocate. A worthy advocate gives themselves the benefit of the doubt. They tend to avoid extremes, so they stay out of black and white land, and they're just more open and tolerant. And so the next series of videos, and I'll send them out when I send them out, but they're going to be around defining and going deeper into this notion of a worthy advocate. I've actually spent a lot of time in my experience coming up with these attributes and just the analysis that goes along with each of these attributes. There's 9 attributes of a worthy advocate. So I'll just give you, in this newsletter, I want to give you a little bit of background as to how I'm even thinking or what I'm coming up with in terms of this worthy advocate notion. So you've probably heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it's a pyramid, and and in the pyramid, at the bottom level of the pyramid, you have the physical realm. And the physical realm would include such things as your physical body, how you eat, drink, sleep, how you take physical care of yourself, exercise, and so forth. It also includes your physical environment. So this includes your car space, your home space, even your digital files and how they're organized on your computer. And then also the physical realm would include things like your survival needs. Do you have enough shelter? Do you have enough money to provide for your basic needs? Clothing, food, and so forth, okay? So that's the physical realm, and that's the home of safety. When we're feeling like all of our needs are being provided for, we're going to feel safe and supported in the universe. Safety. And we will also have more self-confidence to go about our day and just to go about our daily activities. So that's the bottom layer. The middle layer of the pyramid is all about emotions. And so would include your relationships, and this would include your career life. Okay? And when everything's going well in our emotional life, what tends to happen is that we have self-esteem. And this is the home of trust. This is, again, my experience and how I'm interpreting Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay? And so when we trust ourselves and others, then we tend to give up that need to be right and that need to be so controlling, angry, and there's a lot more to this, and I could talk for hours about just this very topic. So that's the emotional realm. That's the middle layer of the pyramid. And then as you move up, you have your spiritual realm of the pyramid, and this is the home of our creativity. And when things are going really, really well, we tend to be much more resourceful, creative, and live in our passion and purpose. And this is when we really feel connected to ourselves and to others, when we're when we're really feeling good, you know, and this is self-worth. Self-worth comes from this realm. So that's what I mean by Maslow's hierarchy of needs. How does this integrate with the idea of becoming a worthy advocate? Well, when I started looking at the worthy advocate and just exactly what does that mean to show up that way for yourself, I wanted to include all levels of your being, because you are a whole being. You know, you have the physical body, you have your emotional state, you have your mental, your belief systems, and your spiritual life. And the beliefs, the mental realm, your identity, how you see yourself, how you view the world, those all permeate all levels of your physical, emotional, and spiritual self. And when I was looking at the attributes of a worthy advocate, I thought, well, you know, we need to have 3 attributes representing every level of our existence. So I started with physical. And again, that's the home of safety, right? If we don't feel safe, we're not going to be able to be very effective in the emotional realm or in the spiritual realm, at least for very long. So we want to build a solid foundation at the physical level. And so I really dived deep into my experience and all the years of coaching that I've been doing and helping people through private coaching, through group coaching. And I landed on 3 different attributes that I think really, in the physical realm, define a worthy advocate. And today, I'm not going to start going into all of those things. I'll just give you a little hint. The first one that I came up with is a worthy advocate is disciplined, but not deprived. They are disciplined, but not deprived. And the way that it's going to be set up is that when I define these different attributes, there will be 2 words, like in this case, disciplined, not deprived. The first one is the state of being that the worthy advocate wants to attain. So in this case, disciplined. We want to have enough discipline around food. This is the physical realm, around how we eat, how we drink, how we treat our body. Again, I'll go into more detail on that on a later video. But then the second word, not deprived, represents what could happen to us if we take things to the extreme and we take that discipline to the extreme. Then we can feel deprived possibly. And so that's the 2 words that I'm describing when I describe an attribute, because I want you to see that contrast. In addition to that, there will be 3 different states of beingness around that one attribute. And I know I might be going a little too detailed right now, so I don't want to confuse you. I will give you a real honest to God example about what I mean by that. In other words, if I were to give you an example of discipline, and somebody who's overly disciplined to the point where they feel deprived, maybe they eat so cleanly and they never allow themselves to go outside of the box on that, so they have a tendency to feel deprived. They have too many rules that restrict them, okay? So, but the opposite end of that spectrum, on the discipline spectrum, would be somebody who has no rules and structure, and so therefore they feel like they rebel against any kind of compliance to any kind of food plan or program or anything like that. So that would be the opposite end of the spectrum. Where the worthy advocate falls in this example would be right in the middle somewhere, where the worthy advocate is going to be disciplined, take care of their body through adequate rest, exercise, eating right, but yet allow and have the flexibility to, have an occasional treat or snack sometime. My favorite, I like a piece of white cake once in a while. And so we're not Nazis to the program, but we can create a food plan to help us stay, I guess you would say, living, So the worthy advocate stays out of the black and white extreme zone, and they tend to be more tolerant somewhere in the middle. And very healthy, though. It's a very healthy view of life. So I guess I kind of went into a little bit more detail on that first attribute, disciplined, not deprived. than I thought I would. But anyway, that's the first attribute, and there are 8 more. And so I look forward to sharing this information with you over the next 2-3 months, or whenever they're rolled out. It should be around then. And until then, I want to say thank you, and for reading my emails, for the phone conversations perhaps we've had, for whatever, for being a loyal subscriber. And I'd like to encourage you to continue to engage and let me know if there's anything that we can do or I can do here at Harmony Harbor. We want to be known for helping women in particular create boundaries that bless them. And you know, with the presidential debate and everything coming up, and you know, Hillary Clinton and so forth, there's a lot of criticism about Hillary. And I just want you to think about that, because I'm going to be bringing tough conversations to the forum here. You know, there's a lot of criticism about Hillary, and whether it's legitimate or not is irrelevant. What I want you to notice is how people are almost like in shock about seeing a woman as a president. And so we automatically, instinctually go to criticisms about Hillary, and this has been proven that I think who did it? I think Brene Brown did some research about this, and what she found is that when a woman talks about her attributes and things that she's good at, men and women alike do not like her for that. And so this has been a real paradigm shift to even think of a woman being a president of the United States. But I want to start having those conversations to kind of shake you out of your comfort zone. And it's like, well, so what? You know, why wouldn't a woman be a leader of this United States of America? So anyway, that's the kind of stuff I want to talk to you about, bring out into the open. That's what we're about. We want to help people to empower themselves so that they can show up as their true self, but there is a balance to it, and there is a way to go about it that will command much more respect and admiration than just being belligerent or forceful or aggressive. So that's a taste of what we're about, and you're going to be hearing a lot more from me, because I've decided to put myself out there to lead the way. And hey, I'm here to support you to do that if you want to do the same. So my videoing, it's imperfect. And when I'm done with this video, you're going to see my head zoom in, because I'm going to have to turn off the camera and I don't have a remote control to turn it off. So you know what? We're learning technology, and you know, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to really step up my game. I think I've been in hiding for a long time. And so I think this video is a symbol or a metaphor of me coming out of my shell. And I'd like to help you do the same if you're interested. So I look forward to further communications with you. If you want to chat, you can contact me at Angie@harmonyharbor.com. That's my email address. Or you can call me 314-422-6520. Make sure to check out our newsletter, because we've got some exciting events coming up here. We're doing something to honor caregivers on June 9th, which you will see. There's a link if you want to register for that. It's a free event. June 9th, Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock, 3 to 5. Would love to see you there if you want to honor the caregiver, maybe your caregiver or someone you know is. Honor that person in your life. And to all those who have served in wars, I want to, it was just Memorial Day yesterday. I want to honor those people and say thank you for your contribution. And until next time, God bless.